Hello. So I wanted to get on here and kind of talk about what I'm making for dinner. And I got this piece of beef on sale. This is half of it. I got almost 2 pounds of rump roast. No, 4 pounds of rump roast, and it was under 18. It was like under $19, 18 and some change. So I'm using half of it, and I froze the other half. And yeah, so just kind of going off the topic of trying to save money using what we have. I already had this on hand. These are baby carrots, so I didn't go out and buy like a bushel of carrots, and celery was starting to turn yellow, so I'm trying to use what I have. And potato was starting to sprout, so I'm like, I gotta use everything. So I got a large potato and a smaller one, because I don't have a very big crock pot, so this is what I'm using. And the recipe called for, let's see, it called for 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, which some people may not like, so you can do half maple syrup and half brown sugar. So anyway, 3 tablespoons of that. It called for 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, table salt, and then 2 cups of beef broth, which I didn't have on hand, but you can use beef bouillon, and you can just use 1 or 2 servings of this. So it's 3/4 teaspoon makes 1 cup. And honestly, the beef makes its own juice, so you don't need to add a lot of water to this, because with the veggies and the beef, it'll release its own juices. So you can always add water, but you can't take it back. So kind of watch your salts and how much water you add. But I've made this multiple times, and it's been a hit, so thought I'd share it with you today. In here, I've already minced a few. It calls for 3 garlic cloves. So I love garlic, so the more garlic, the better for me. So everything's already in here. It also called for Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of Dijon. So if you don't like the taste of mustard, you can probably skip that part. I have, and it's been fine. I chose to add it this time, so that's what's in there. And another thing I add that's not on the recipe, which I add to make it my own, 1 bay leaf, and then these are, I forget what these peppers are called. But you can, if you want to add some heat to it, you can add whatever pepper you have on hand. So you can add 1 or 2 of these. Okay, so I'm going to start adding everything in there. And, yeah, so let's see. If you don't want to see this part, you can just fast forward. I'm going to pause it, and I'll come back, and I'll let it cook on low for about 6 to 8 hours. The longer the better, because the meat will be more tender. So, into the pot everything goes. And at the end, I'm going to pour that sauce on top. So it's kind of nice, because you can kind of set it and forget it. Leave it early in the morning, and you'll have dinner at night. Another thing I've done is, instead of doing like potatoes in here, you can make your own mashed potatoes, and instead of diced potatoes, and that's really good too. But just trying to save money, buy what's on sale, work with what you have at home, and just trying to be cost conscious nowadays. I think it's a big one for everybody, especially with meat being so expensive. It's not something we buy all the time, but since it was on sale, I thought I'd get it. Alright, so let me pause it now, and then we'll come back in a few hours and show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, and let me add the sauce. I will add a little bit of water, maybe like a quarter or a half a cup, and rinse what's in this bowl. Okay, I'm going to pause it right now.